So what three types of runs do you need to help you run a faster 10K? Well, as I dive in to week 2 of training and really start to get into the flow of the new routine, I embark on my first full week where I complete all 3 of these types of runs and explain in more detail how they can help you. What is up guys, Andy Forrestine Runner here, and welcome back to week 2 of this new training series where we're diving in and talking all about the 3 types of runs that can help you run a faster 10K. Down, the body's feeling good and the routine is starting to click again. That means week number 2 is pretty much complete, and today I'm excited to share with you how that's going. We're going to talk about the 3 different types of runs at the end. As with this training series, we'll be jumping in to follow the featured workout and also hear from Coach Will about what we have in store this week. So if you're excited for this week's video guys, please give it a like, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel for weekly running content, and we'll dive in to the featured workout. So good morning and welcome to week 2 of this training series where I'm aiming to run a faster 10K PB, and today I'm taking you guys out on the VO2 Max workout. Now I know this video is surrounding the 3 different types of workouts for you guys to get your 10K PBs, but for me I'm just focusing today on the VO2 Max workout that I've been set by Coach Will, and with that in mind, let's hear from him now as to what the week has in store.
Right then Andy, week 1 down and you ran very well. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty impressed considering you've just come off the back of a marathon block, you've had a bit of time off, but you're still able to hit those real sharp end stuff. So fantastic, well done. But that's week 1 down, we've still got 11 to go. And as you said in your previous video, all about stacking consistent weeks rather than just having one amazing one and then a few not so great. So week 2, your Monday session is gonna be a mile tempo. So for me, the tempo is that hour race pace, 3-minute rest, and then 4 sets of 300 meters, 90-second rest, 2 by 200 meters with 90 seconds rest in between. So each set consists of a 300, then 2 by 200. Repeat that 4 times, give yourself a 3-minute rest, and then it's a 1K all out. Let's see what you've got. For your 300 meters, I want you working towards that kind of mile pace effort. And then for your 200 meters, I want that to be a notch up. So kind of that 800 meter pace effort. Really working your top end here. And we're gonna really see what you can do with that cadence. So for your Wednesday session, we're kind of working the other end, which is gonna be 8 by 3 minutes, off a 90-second rest, and then 4 by 30 seconds, off a 90-second rest. Your 8 by 3 minutes, well, that's 24 minutes of volume. So we're probably looking slightly above your current 10K effort, which is hopefully going to become your 10K race pace by the end of the 12 weeks. And then your 4 by 30s, well, they're a real spinner out the end. So we're already on fatigued legs just to see what you can do. Have a great one, Andy, and I'll catch you next week.
So a bit of a tasty one today. He kind of explained to me in 3 different sets. The first one is to get the blood moving, hour pace, that first mile rep, and then we're going into the core of it, the main section, the 4 by 300, 200, 200, and then at the end, 1K at, in his words, I think it was death pace. Whatever that means, we know what it means. Let's go hard. So that's what that's all about. The 300s and 200s, 1500 meter and 800 meter pace. So yeah, really excited to give this one a go. It's been a challenging week last week in terms of lower mileage, but intensity. We're doing a lot of strength work. Legs are feeling tired, but I have come out here this morning and the warm-up has felt pretty darn good. So let's see how we go. It is flipping windy this morning, so when we head out onto the industrial estate down here and down that way, we're going to be hit with a major headwind, but then hopefully on the way back we're going to recoup that in some way, shape or form. So the first mile rep is going to be out into the wind, and then we'll be down on the main straight for the 300s and 200s. So without further ado, drills and strides, and let's roll in. Okay, so that definitely got the blood flowing. 5:34 for that mile, which is good. On last week's 8-minute rep, I think it was 5:32. Wind was wicked today, really wicked. It's going to be a nightmare doing these 300s and 200s coming back this way. Plan now, walk down here, get back close to the main straight, 300, 200, 200 out that way, 300, 200, 200 back this way, repeat, finish back down here after the 4th set and go out that way with the K-rep behind me, with the wind behind me for the K-rep for the last one. First set done, 52, 52, 34, 32. So pleased with the reps. Upper back in between the shoulder blades fired me a bit of a warning sign, bit of a lock up. It's loosened, but long and short of it is, I've been doing a lot of strength work lately, as I mentioned earlier. A strength workout every 3 days, basically, and did one last night, targeted the upper back. So I wonder if there's a bit of fatigue there, and I've come out here and I'm blasting a workout and the muscles aren't quite ready for it. So I'm going to take the next set with caution. Don't want to do any long-term damage. It's not the lower back like it usually is, it's the upper. So yeah, fingers crossed. So the second set's done. Not sure what happened to the first 300. I just paused the watch for a split second as the rep started so I could get out onto the road because there were cars coming. Started the watch again, started running, and it stopped me at 27 seconds. So no idea what that was all about. 200s with 35 and 34. Into the wind, solid, onto rep 3. Consistent, if anything. Rep 3 done, 52, 33, 32. Happy, happy, happy. There we go. 52, 35, 34, into the wind. Happy, happy, happy once again. So that's 2 out of the 3 parts of the set done. 3-minute rest and then a hard 1K effort. So there we go, K-rep complete on the cool down, 310 I think that was. I've never worked so hard than on that K. I have no words. On cross country on the weekend, I hit a new max heart rate of 185. I wouldn't be surprised if today I matched that because that was hard. And that's exactly why I've enlisted the help of Will to mix things up and to tackle sessions like this. It's just so different from what I'd normally do. So in the bank, in the books. Just a quick note, I did have to cut from 3-minute rest to 2-minute rest after that set into the K, just because, my bad, I didn't know or realise how long this workout was going to take. And right now at 7:40 I should be at home getting ready to do the school run, and I'm about 5 minutes away. So yeah, I had to cut the rest a bit short just so that I could get the workout complete. It'd be a shorter cool down, but overall a solid day's work. Oh, and the back held out. So the VO2 Max workout this week was a fun one to film because I really enjoyed it last week, and this is where I'm completely out of my comfort zone. It's the workouts that really I didn't do anything of during marathon training, and I haven't touched this sort of level of stuff really since the back end of last year. So it's almost been a year since I've been doing this top end type of speed work, and it was a good one. It went well, really happy with it. Obviously getting into week 2, the fatigue is slowly starting to build. The volume's obviously lower, but the intensity is higher. So there's a lot of TLC going into the body at the moment, lots of pure sport stuff, lots of foam rolling, lots of massage gun work, everything, you name it, I'm trying to do it, along with strength work. So at the moment, the body is feeling the load, but I am enjoying myself, and it's great fun to be back out there spinning the legs nice and fast. So that was the workout. Let's dive into the 3 types of runs that are going to help you guys run a faster 10K, and then we'll wrap up with a weekly summary. So the 3 types of runs we're going to be talking about today is VO2 max work, threshold work or 10K specific work, and then tempo work. And I'm going to give you definitions very shortly. We'll start with VO2 max work first, because for me, this is an area that I personally haven't touched since the back end of last year. Now, with that in mind, I have to be very careful when I'm approaching this work, because it's not something my body's used to, and I am having to put a little bit more TLC into the body, as I said. So I do have to be a little bit careful, but I am enjoying myself, and it's great fun to spin the legs nice and fast. Now, the goal with this sort of work is to work really hard, is to really push, but at the same time, you're trying to keep relaxed, run fast and keep relaxed. You don't want to strain. When you start straining and forcing, that's when injuries can occur. And ultimately, you don't want to go absolutely balls out, because that really is a recipe for disaster. Coach Will is kind of setting me certain paces, so I might run certain reps at 3K pace, certain reps at 1500 meter pace, certain reps at 800 meter pace, and I'm trying to work out what those are as I go through. But I do know that that's not absolutely an all-out, flat-out sprint. It has to be controlled with good form, quick turnover and quick arms. So I'm just trying to piece all of this together, and that's kind of the VO2 work, where you're working really at that top end, controlled, relaxed, but really flipping fast. Then it comes to the threshold or 10K specific work. That's where my threshold is currently at. Sometimes it's a bit quicker or slower, depending on how fit I am. Looking at the heart rate data at the moment in weeks 1 and 2, my threshold heart rate seems to be around where my 10K pace is. I'm hoping over the weeks it will just drop slightly, or I'll just become more efficient at holding that pace for longer. Fingers crossed, we'll see how the weeks progress, but obviously that's the goal with any training block, and that's the specific work that we're trying to do to dial in to 10K pace, and hopefully over the block that pace will come down. At the moment it seems to be in the high 520s, low 530s. My current PB pace is 524, so it's just about getting back down to that area and hopefully getting it into the lower 520s and late 5 teens. So that's the goal, and that's the 10K specific or threshold work. And then we've got tempo work, a label that seems to be used for a variety of different things. Will's definition of tempo is a pace you can hold for an hour, your 1 hour race pace effectively. For me, I did a video on tempo work a couple of weeks ago where I explained what I felt the definition of tempo work is, and a lot of you on that video commented saying, I thought tempo work was just a label that you put on a certain type of run. So if you're doing a marathon tempo, meaning you do 16 miles at marathon pace, or a half marathon tempo where you might do 8 miles at half marathon pace, and you're just using it as a label. We all have different definitions, so in the context of this video, I'm talking specifically about a pace that you can hold for an hour. That's Will's definition, and for me, what that is working VO2 max, which is slightly faster than 10K work, the 10K specific work, threshold work, which is on 10K pace, and the tempo work, which is slightly slower. And that methodology can be applied to any distance really. If you're doing half marathon work, then your faster than can be 10K, your specific stuff can be half marathon, and your slower stuff can be marathon. And likewise with the marathon, your faster stuff might be 10K and half marathon pace, and then your marathon goal pace is the specific stuff, and then obviously slightly slower is more around your moderate pace. So that can translate across all of the distances, and it's something that I've done anyway when I'm training over the last 3 or 4 years, as I've started to understand the purpose of it, working always in and around that goal pace, working specifically at goal pace, but working above and below just to become more efficient in and around that area is always such a key thing. So here we go, this is going to test the memory now. This is the weekly summary for this week. Excited to share this because it's been slightly different to last week. So I'll throw on screen now the structure of last week so you can see how that went. That was a Monday workout, a Wednesday workout, Thursday and Sunday rest day, Tuesday easy, Friday easy, and then cross country on a Saturday. This week I had to swap things around. I swapped my Thursday and Friday around. So this week kicked off with the VO2 max workout, which you have just seen. Tuesday was an easy run, so that was great fun, enjoyed that. Wednesday ended up meant to be the double day. Such a busy day, really busy morning, couldn't get out for that morning session, so I moved my double to Thursday and did my Friday, what was meant to be my moderate plus strides, I turned it into easy plus strides because I had a session the next day. So that was Wednesday evening. That was sharing some miles with Matt. Woke up on Thursday morning and kick-started the double with the 8x3 minute session and 4x30 seconds. And then another easy run in the evening. And by that easy run in the evening, really nice average pace, really nice average heart rate, 133 beats a minute. It's coming down nicely. Thinking back to last week, I think my first easy run was a bit slower or maybe a bit faster, but it was around 140, 141 beats a minute average. So it's really coming down now. Fitness is coming back. The body's remembering, muscle memory and all that stuff. It's getting there. And then of course, Saturday, I haven't done it at the point of recording this, but I will throw Saturday's run on screen. If you're new to the channel or just missed week 1, I'll leave that on screen for you now, along with my 7 key tips to run a faster 10K. Hopefully those will help you as well. They're not specifically training related. They're more what you can do around the outside to help yourself become basically a faster and stronger runner. That's it for this week, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a like, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel for weekly running content, and as always, I'll see you on the next one. Until then.